With us now for more is Land Bank President and CEO Cecilia Borromeo. Good to have you on, Cecil. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Kathy. Thank you for having me.
Sure. So Land Bank started distributing cash grants on April 3rd, about 2 weeks ago. How did it go?
Yes, Kathy. We have distributed the cash grants for the CCT beneficiaries, more than 3.7 million of them. And the total disbursed funds amounted to more than 16 billion. So that's for the CCT beneficiaries of the DSWD, those that have already the Land Bank cash card.
Yeah, but it hadn't been an easy process, Cecil. Talk to us about some of the pain points at the onset, given that the distribution to the qualified beneficiaries was done without a national ID system in place.
Yeah, definitely a national ID system, which should be in place by now, would have been very helpful. But fortunately for this 3.7 million CCT beneficiaries, they already have their cash cards from the Land Bank for their Pantawid Pamilya monthly cash grants. We've been working with the DSWD since more than 7 years ago, and we made sure that most of them are given the cards so that any amelioration program, just like the Social Amelioration that was given under the Bayanihan Act, can easily be delivered to them. And they can withdraw their cash from any of the almost 2,200 ATMs of Land Bank and the ATMs of the other BankNet member card banks.
Right. Knowing what we do now, what have we learned in the first round of distribution, and what do you think can be refined in the next round of aid giving so that everyone, even those without the cash card, would get aid?
Number one would be the identification of the intended beneficiaries of programs such as the Social Amelioration. I think the difficulty of some of the agencies now is that they don't have a complete list of those that are supposed to be given the cash grants. If we have the white list, it will be easier for the bank to distribute through their cards, or if they don't have the cards yet, over the counters of the Land Bank branches. But of course, over the counter transactions would take longer, and we would expect longer lines, just like what we have seen in the case of the drivers that were given their 8,000 amelioration grants over the last 3 days.
And it's not only the cash aid that you've been busy with, but initiatives for those clients with burdens of loan payments. What sort of initiatives have you implemented to ease the burden?
We have, as mandated under the Bayanihan Act, we gave a moratorium on the principal and interest payments of all our borrowers. And we don't charge penalty charges and interest, and the interest that should have been paid over the ECQ period. And more than that, Kathy, for those that would need restructuring because their cash flow has been impaired because of the ECQ, we will grant them longer tenors and even longer grace periods on both principal and interest. And we will make sure that we will not charge necessarily higher interest during this difficult period.
So what are the rates like for those needing that kind of help, the longer tenors? Could you give us an idea of the durations?
Under our Land Bank Cares program, and we have also recently launched the iRescue program, we give a 5% interest rate that we can fix for the next three years.
And those loan programs do help clients cushion the impact from the COVID-19 crisis. But how many have come forward so far, Cecil, among the small and medium enterprises, the microfinance institutions and cooperatives applying for these loans?
We've been receiving we've been receiving requests from various customers, but under the Bayanihan Act, Cathy, we offer this moratorium to all our borrowers without the need for them to apply for the moratorium and principal and interest payment. We have almost 520 teams addressing the needs of each and every customer, borrowing customer of the bank. And we have a presence in all the provinces. And our account officers, our lending officers have been coordinating with their own borrowers. And we will offer them the most concessional terms that we can give during this difficult period, because it's a Bayanihan Act, and we will have to help each other.
Yeah, and your staff have really been working hard apart from yourself. How are you able to observe social distancing as you're trying to help everyone?
Thankfully, we have a lot of ATMs and even partner agent banks with our POS deployed all over the country. For our ATMs, we observe the social distancing 1 meter apart, and in the case, I'll give you our experience over the last few days. In the case of the drivers who have to line up for their cash grants in our branches because they don't have the cards yet, the PNP helped us a lot in making sure that social distancing protocols are observed.
Yeah, we need all the help we can get. Just a final point, Cecil. The Philippine Central Bank governors indicated considering another cut in its interest rate in the incoming days. What do you think even lower rates will mean for lending and borrowing to those who need them most?
Oh, that will definitely be very helpful, Cathy. Their cash flow has been impaired, and lower interest rates will definitely be a big help to the businesses, especially the small and medium enterprises. And we're also working with their associations, even the associations of the microfinance institutions, to make sure that the concessionality of the government programs will be cascaded to the small businesses.
And that's exactly where we need them, the money for the small and medium-sized enterprises. Cecil, thank you and keep well. Happy birthday. I much appreciate the time you set aside today on your very special day. Cecilia Borromeo, the President and CEO of LANDBANK.